Vidya Raj Sharma. I am from Mumbai. I am an actor and dancer by profession. I welcome you all to my channel. Let's talk about you, about me, about the world and the problems around us. Let's talk. Friends, we are facing a global crisis, economic crisis. Most of us are out of their jobs. IT companies, they are into recession. The people who entertain us through their films, through their serials, they're all out of their job. They don't know when they can resume their shoots. Most importantly, the children. Our children who are a bundle of energy. They have their life, their friends, their school, everything outside. They're all cut off from that. They don't know how to meet their friends. They'll be missing their friends. They don't know how to deal with this crisis. I feel there is an importance that we deal with this problem. We as parents understand how to deal our children at this time. So today I am going to talk to Gautami Shroff. She is a child psychologist and also the founder of Success 360. She has worked with a lot of children, a lot of youngsters and helped them form a very bright future for themselves. She also teaches organic growing and also teaches children sustainable living. So today I welcome Gautami Shroff on my show Let's Talk and talk about the problems children face in these times. Hello friends, I welcome Gautami Shroff on my show Let's Talk. Hi Gautami, welcome.
Hi Vidya, thank you.
Today we are here to talk about our children who are a bundle of joy, bundle of energy all around us. So this lockdown, how is it treating you?
It's treating me, I would say, just like the way it's treating others.
Okay.
The kids want to go out, they want to meet their friends.
Right.
And they're asking, when will this get over?
True.
Okay. And often they're bored.
I know. So let's just talk about this main problem every parent is facing with their children today. So tell me, what do you think the impact is on the children of this lockdown?
See, some children, they're fine. But many of them, I'm hearing they are a bit anxious.
Okay.
Okay. And they're feeling caged inside the houses.
Okay.
Okay. And they're missing their friends. Okay, no matter how much of Skype or virtual talks is happening, they still want to go out and meet their friends.
Right.
That in-person touch they are missing.
True.
Okay, and some children are depressed. They have become sad, silent, reserved. Okay, so I would suggest parents to watch their kids. Okay, is there a behavioral change in them?
Okay.
Okay, so if the kid was silent from beginning, fine. But if she was talkative, very naughty, lovely child, if she's become very silent now, then you need to pay attention.
Okay. So how do you explain it to them? If these people these kids who get depressed, who get lonely, how do you express it to them? How do you explain it to them?
Best thing is to talk to them. Okay. Allow them to express, allow them to ask questions and answer their questions.
Not avoid their questions.
Yeah, not avoid. Okay. And if the kids feel connected to even one person very well, right, they won't feel lonely.
Right.
Okay.
But the same, thing is faced in different stages. Like if the kid is below 5 years, it is different because it's tough to explain it to them. Kids above 5 years, it's different. And teens, though they're teens, they're still kids for the children. It is a different story altogether because they understand the scenario, but still they are in a dilemma. So how do you deal with these different age groups?
Yeah, it's a good question, Vidya. Every child has heard something about COVID and lockdown.
Right.
They know COVID, lockdown and Modi ji. That's what my son keeps telling.
Right.
Okay. So you can't hide the fact from them. Plus, you cannot keep telling them stories. Why can't they go out? Right. They're sharp. They will know you're lying.
Right.
Okay, so it's important to talk age appropriately. And as I said before, you allow them to ask questions
Mm.
and answer the questions.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
like what you say for a 5-year-old, why we can't go out, would be very different than what you tell for a 16-year-old.
Correct.
Okay, so
Correct.
for 5-year-old, you keep it as simple as possible. Tell them that we are safe inside the house and we are helping ourselves and also other people by staying at home. And this will be over. It will take few days, but it will be over.
Right. And what about the kids in between? See, below 5,
Yeah.
I think there is not much of a circus to make them understand, because it's a little easier. You make it very
Yeah.
simple and say they just can't go out. But the kids who
Yeah.
are very curious, between 5 and the teens, who are very curious, but it is tough for a few things to be put across, because maybe they get scared, maybe they are a little sort of worried about things, and they're missing their friends a lot, because that is the peak time
Yeah.
when they want to play with their friends. So how do
Yes.
you talk to them, and how do you communicate?
Yeah. See, first thing is like definitely we'll be communicating them what exactly is happening. Okay. And then keep them engaged. Encourage them to interact with friends virtually also. Like,
Right.
and through phone calls, not only video calls, even audio calls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they can write a journal.
Right.
Okay. They can express what they're going through and uh, cut pictures, paste in them.
Right.
Okay, and if they are feeling fearful, the parent has to sit and talk with the child, like what is that about COVID, it's making them fearful.
Right.
Are they scared that somebody they love will die,
Right.
or is it they're scared it's going to be forever?
Correct.
Okay, so at this age children we can discuss and they will know most of the times why they are feeling scared, what is the reason behind fear. So
Right.
once you know the reason, right, you could address it.
Correct. So coming to a point in your answer, to keep
Uh-huh.
them engaged. So my next question
Yeah.
is, what is it that parents can do to keep them engaged? Now it is a full day system. There is
Yeah.
no school, there are no friends. So what do
Yes.
parents do to keep them engaged?
It's very tough on the parents. It's
Correct.
not easy to keep the kids engaged. Okay, see, looking back to our childhood, like there was nothing called we are bored. I don't remember telling my parents I'm bored.
True.
We would find something.
Correct.
Okay, but the current generation children, like they are used to be engaged.
Correct.
We have kept them engaged, right? And now that especially there's such a big change, they're more bored. Okay, so best thing to do, like as a professional and as a mother, I can say plan your day ahead.
Correct.
Okay, at least see, I plan my week ahead.
That's
Okay, I spend about 2 to 2.5 hours in planning. That's
right.
what keeps me sane. Okay, otherwise I won't be able to work full time as well as balance the kids and the home.
Correct.
Okay, so if it's not possible to plan week ahead, at least plan one day ahead.
Correct.
So when you're calm, right, you'll have more ideas.
Correct.
And with internet, like you can Google a bit and list a lot of activities according to the interest of the children.
Correct.
Okay, and you put them on some kind of projects.
Right.
Okay, journaling would be one project.
Hmm.
Every day they have to write a page of how did they spend their day.
Right.
Okay, and also you could ask children, like especially the tweens, right? That is before teenage, that is before 13, 8 to 12.
13. Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so you could ask them what they want to do.
Right.
So they will have 100 ideas.
Correct.
Okay, you could choose few from them.
Okay. And
Okay.
coming to this point, I feel you just said ask them what they want. I think this is the biggest challenge a parent faces, because the parent is a little too preoccupied to understand what the child wants, and they expect the child to go with what they have. So I think there is this clash of why kids become bored, because the parent is not trying to let open the kids interest. So don't you think it's very important for the parent to let the kid do what the kid is happy with?
Isn't that a very
It's
big point?
very, see, it's very, it's a very important point, Vidya. See, there are kids who don't like drawing.
You're right.
Okay, but if you force the child to sit and draw, he is not going to his or her best.
Correct.
Okay, but there's a kid who loves to write.
Right.
Okay, you sit with the child for 5 minutes, give them few characters, or ask them to come out with characters and
Right.
create a story.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
so and encourage them to write that story.
Right.
Okay, and they can, if they are artistic, they can create puppets, finger puppets with whatever material is available at home.
Correct.
Okay,
Right. So this is a very good opportunity to become more creative with whatever they are
Yeah.
interested in.
yeah.
Okay.
And one more thing, very important thing I would like to say is keep a disciplined routine. Okay, what happens is usually, see, when you're in vacation mode, you are okay with the child getting up at whatever time they want, sleep
Correct.
whatever time they want, right?
Right.
This is not healthy long term. Okay, so preferably keep a time where they go to bed, get up in the morning. Okay, and see, we are blessed with sunshine.
Correct.
Let them spend 10 minutes in the early morning sun. It's very important, especially now.
Right. When they are not going out and not having
Yes,
the sunlight.
yes, yeah.
Correct.
And after that, like we have lot of videos where they can watch the videos and exercise, or the parents and kids together, they can just do some simple exercises.
Correct.
Okay, and if you have taught yoga to the child, this is the time to make them make it a habit.
Correct.
Okay, so at least Surya Namaskara and Pranayama is, I suggest it as something compulsory for all my clients.
Okay.
And I see a lot of change in the kids within 2 to 3 months of practicing Surya Namaskara and Pranayama.
Okay, that's great. So, among all this, there's one thing, one villain in all this.
Yeah.
That is internet, gadgets, phone, mobiles. So, most of the kids spend half of their time on this. So, what do you suggest? What is the actual time a kid should spend on a mobile or any gadget for that matter?
See,
Screen time.
the thing is, the kids need internet. There is no way we can raise a child in the modern world without taking help of internet. Though it's possible, like they'll miss out a lot.
Right.
Okay. So what you have to do is, like, you have to plan how much is needed. That is, the entertainment part, the education part, keep them separate.
Correct.
Okay, and do not give the mobile to the child unsupervised for as long as they want. Okay, see, scientifically it is said for little ones it's about 1 year, for teens it's about 2 years, 2 hours. Okay, but sometimes it goes beyond that. Okay, the thing here is the eyes, they get affected. Okay,
Correct.
and the second thing is that the virtual world, Vidya, is so alive that the child will start to feel the regular world as something boring.
Correct.
Even if the child is creative and artistic, he or she won't draw until you put a YouTube video.
Correct.
Okay, and they cannot stay for a single day without gadgets.
Correct. That's
Then we call
we are
it
seeing
addiction.
around all the kids have going through this kind
Yeah,
of
then it starts to become an addiction.
Correct.
So without that, they cannot. It's like, see, internet addiction or gadget addiction is as bad as tobacco addiction or alcohol addiction.
Correct.
It operates in the same way.
Correct.
Okay, so these are few things the parents have to be careful and draw a line, like, how much for entertainment, how much time for entertainment, how much time for the learning educational activities. Okay, and once they're done with it, the mobile has to be kept off.
Correct.
Okay, no going and checking WhatsApp messages, Instagram messages, or likes every few minutes.
Correct.
Okay, and even parents should follow certain rules.
Correct. I was actually about to come to that. So if you have to put rules on the kids, I think there are supposed to be some rules on yourself too.
Yes. Yeah. See, for parents, it's a bit difficult. For example, like most of my clients are on WhatsApp. They are very comfortable communicating to me on WhatsApp. Okay. So, but again, I have kept timings during which I check the WhatsApp message and reply to them. I do not go and check it every 10 minutes.
Correct.
Okay. So, even I have put some rules for myself, and my kids are okay following the rules.
Okay.
Okay, my daughter is 16-year-old. She's doing fantastic. But my 6-year-old, tries to hoodwink me and catch hold of the mobile remote.
Correct.
It's tough. I have to
So
be really observant.
parents have to be careful with
Yeah.
what they do so that the kids
Yes.
follow what they are doing. Okay, so
Yeah.
all these things are fine, but what about the educational area which has taken a toll? Maybe there are a lot of exams which didn't happen, especially the people who are supposed to write their 10th examination, their board examinations, and many people didn't write their exams at all this year, and they have gone through to the next year. But
Yeah.
I think for a few months more, there will be no school, no schooling. And
Yeah.
so the form of education has taken a different thing of doing everything online. I heard even toddlers are taught online. I don't understand what they will teach online, but uh, the screen addiction has become so much.
Much.
So, what do you think the educational part should be? And what is it
Yeah.
that we need to give importance to?
Yeah. One second. It's a very good question, Vidya. What worries me as a parent and as a psychologist is my friend, she had called me 2 days ago. Her child is in first standard. She was really, really worried. Okay, the reason for her worry is she said, Gautami, the school is going to start maybe another after 3 or 4 months. Okay, at least 30 to 40% of the academic year will be done by then. But the school is saying that they are going to complete the syllabus. And at first standard, putting so much pressure on the child, I don't know how my daughter is going to take it. First of all, like she was saying, she had trouble making her sit and write.
Correct.
Okay, so if there is more homework, more study material,
How will
it
she take?
may make her offensive. Like she doesn't want to study. She'll resist.
Correct.
And what about the pressure? So she was worried. And I felt like yes, like there has to be the education system something like they have to sit and work together so that there is no pressure on the child.
Correct.
Okay, because if the child learns under extreme pressure, it's not only going to affect the child's mental health, but also whatever the child studies, right, it's not going to be effective.
It's going to be for a waste.
Yeah, it's going to be for waste. So it's okay to study a little, but let the children have fun when they study. Okay, and teachers need to be creative. The education system itself has to become more creative now.
Correct. True. Okay, so finally, Gautami, what are the words you would like to tell all the parents, and how they finally conclude the whole advice you've given to her?
Yeah, I would tell parents, stay strong. This too shall pass. Okay, this too shall pass, and try to be as much as cheerful possible, so it reflects on your children.
Right.
Okay, and especially like many families have already started to go through economic situations.
Correct.
Either they're losing jobs or there are so many, and the standard of living will change, and this will be little tough on kids.
Correct.
Okay, so you need to talk to them and explain to the kids and make them part of the whole package. For example, like if you're going to have a problem buying certain things, okay,
Correct.
sit with the kids and discuss what alternative stuff you can buy,
Correct.
or how can you create it at home, DIY.
Correct.
Okay, so the more cheerful you are, the more stress-free you can keep the house environment. It's going to reflect on the kids, and it's going to be easy on you yourself also.
Okay. That's great. Thank you so much, Gautami. Thank you for coming on my show and sharing your thoughts with all the parents out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me to your show, Vidya. I enjoyed talking. Thank you.
Stay home, stay safe.
Thank you. You too.
So friends, I hope this small discussion with Gautami gave you some insights. If you have any kind of queries to Gautami, please put it on the comment section. I will surely reply to it. And please kindly subscribe to my channel for more interviews with many other eminent people with many other queries. Thank you so much for watching my channel.